It all started somewhere. For the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that was Iron Man. Iron Man is directed by Jon Favreau, and it stars Robert Downey Jr., Gwyneth Paltrow, Terrence Howard, and Jeff Bridges. Now, I remember watching this movie in 2008, and I was in the theater, with my parents, and this movie just blew my mind. It really did. It was really a spectacle to behold. Basically, this is Marvel Studios' first movie, and it was distributed by Paramount Pictures. And what happened here was that Marvel was really looking for this movie to be like a one-off. If it was good, then it would have sequels, right? But if it didn't, well, then it would flop. It didn't matter. Now, this movie had Robert Downey Jr. in it, and his past is not very good. And so he was attached, and it's like crazy, and everyone's like hectic, and they had a post-credit scene where it was Nick Fury starting the Avengers and all that. But if it didn't work out, it wouldn't matter. It would flop, and that would be it. And that'd be the end of it. And it's crazy because everyone's like, oh my god, DC has to get their shit together because they don't know what they're doing. Their movies are like out of order and all that, and it should be the solo movies first and then the Justice League, and they're starting with Justice League, and what's going on? And the thing is that Marvel really didn't have much of an idea either. And they're really giving all these props to Marvel when at first they were like, this might flop, so we'll just add a post-credit scene if it's good. And if it's not, oh, whatever, it flopped. But then they realized, oh man, this movie was really good, and now we actually have to, commit and make this entire universe. And then they did, and they made a lot of money, and Marvel Studios distributed the movies in the end, and they left Paramount, and all this happened, and it all started with Iron Man. This is an Iron Man review, so I'll stop at the backstory. Now, Iron Man is one of the best Marvel movies ever made. Now, this movie is just fantastic on so many levels. And the story arcs are great, and the characters that we meet in this movie are just all really well fleshed out. And Tony Stark's arc that he goes through, it's something else. It's really great, and it just feels really grounded and real, and you feel like this could actually happen. Iron Man goes after terrorists in this movie, and it's like, wow, he's not going after like a supervillain at first. He's going after like these terrorists that are killing innocent people, and there's sort of like this reality to that at the time with, terrorism, and it just feels like it's real. It feels like this could actually happen at any moment in time. And that's kind of like what Captain America the Winter Soldier did, which was good also. It was very grounded and real. And I've noticed that Marvel's best movies are actually the crazier ones and the more grounded, realistic ones. The ones that are always trying to meet the middle kind of end up being not as good, which is really strange because, you would think that a perfect balance of things would, work out, but really, the crazier movies are the best ones and the grounded movies are the best ones. Now, the acting in this movie is great. Robert Downey Jr. cannot be distinguished from Tony Stark at this point in life. He really, in this movie, he made the character his own. When you think of Iron Man, you think of Robert Downey Jr. That's like the only way you can see things. Gwyneth Paltrow also, you cannot see as not being Pepper Potts. Pepper Potts is Gwyneth Paltrow at this point. Terrence Howard also did a great job as Rhodey, and it's a shame he actually had to leave due to negotiations or something. And Jeff Bridges it's Jeff Bridges. He's always good, right? But he's a little like stereotypical villain here, but his motivations are really, really well established, and you can really feel just this tense relationship with Tony throughout the entire movie. And he's like, you can just tell he's trying to be his friend, but he just doesn't want to. Now, the CGI in this movie is freaking amazing. It's 2008. It's been 8 years, almost, since that movie's come out, and the armor still holds up to the new armors from the movies. They look amazing. The effects still hold up, and that really shows you something. Iron Man looks fantastic in this movie, and it's his first movie. It's 8 years ago, and it looks freaking amazing. The effects are just great. The cinematography in this movie is even better. There's the fight scenes in this movie are just really intense. The time where Iron Man flies down to where the terrorists are, and he just like lands. You got all these cool poses Iron Man does, and they really just show off well, and they really show the suit really well in these takes. And the jet scene, the jet dogfight, that thing is fantastic. Who doesn't remember that? And just the effects, it looks like there's an actual suit there. And I mean, the thing is now, they actually don't have like a practical suit. They actually just CGI all of it. In this movie, they actually had a practical suit, which really just kind of shows things. It really just adds to the realism, because you can tell when something is fake and when something isn't. Now, the soundtrack to this movie by Ramin Djawadi is, to me, this is my opinion here, this is my favorite soundtrack from the Marvel movies. Even better than Avengers. Why? Because Iron Man really gets his own theme here. The entire soundtrack suits the character, and every piece from the soundtrack is really good. Compared to the other ones, like the soundtracks can be like amazing and all that, like their themes are good, but like there are a few pieces that are just kind of lackluster. But in this soundtrack, all of them are just freaking magical, and it's just great. I mean, Ramin Djawadi has done Pacific Rim and Game of Thrones, and I mean, it doesn't surprise me. But to me, this is my favorite piece, my favorite original score from the Marvel movies. And it really works really well. Iron Man's theme, when it plays, you're just like, that's Iron Man right there. And it really makes me nostalgic whenever I see this movie, because that thing is just fantastic. I don't know why they don't reuse the theme. I don't know. The Iron Man theme from Iron Man 3, it was, I don't like it. Iron Man 2 didn't even have a theme. Iron Man 3's theme, it was alright. And at the end of the credits, when the credits rolled, that awful theme happened, and I have no idea what the hell that was. But Iron Man 1's theme, fantastic. Applaud. That is a great theme. Now, this movie is just groundbreaking. It's an achievement for superhero films, just like The Dark Knight was. This thing is just funny and action-packed and just thrilling and dramatic at the same time, and it's great. It really is great, and I'm going to have to give Iron Man 5 out of 5 stars. After Gods of Egypt, which was awful, I've decided, you know what, let me just kind of go back to my past and think of all these movies that I've watched, and I remember this one, and I'm like, okay, so I'm going to start reviewing Marvel movies from the past now. I'm going to start with the MCU, so I'm going to do Iron Man and Incredible Hulk and Thor and stuff like that. And yeah, this is the first one, so 5 out of 5 stars to this one. Very good. And yeah, so thank you very much for watching. If you liked this, please like. And if you liked what you watched and you want to see more, then please subscribe. And, I don't know, put your thoughts down below in the comments section. Please. Thank you very much. And see y'all next time.